President Muhammadu Buhari this Friday presented the 2023 budget proposal to a joint session of the National Assembly. This is the fourth joint session of the 9th Assembly and the last budget presentation by President Muhammadu Buhari. The report.
President Buhari, in company of his cabinet ministers and other key government officials, addressed the joint session of the two chambers of the legislative arm. He unveiled a budget of 20.51 trillion naira with a crude oil benchmark price of $70 per barrel, daily oil production estimated at 1.69 million barrels per day at an exchange rate of 435.57 naira per US dollars. While giving a breakdown of the budget, the president said the 2023 transition budget was designed to address critical issues and lay a solid foundation for the incoming administration.
This includes 2.42 trillion naira spending by government-owned enterprises. The proposed 20.15 trillion naira 2023 expenditure comprises A. Statutory transfers of 744.1 billion naira, B. non-debt recurrent costs of 8.27 trillion naira, C. personal costs of 4.9 trillion naira, D. pensions, gratuities, and retirees' benefits of 854.8 billion naira.
The proposal has 744.11 billion naira earmarked for statutory transfers, 470 billion naira for universities revitalization in 2023, and 8.27 trillion naira for non-debt recurrent expenditure, as well as 5.35 trillion naira for capital expenditure. The budget deficit is projected at 10.78 trillion naira. The president stated that the budget deficit will be financed mainly by new borrowings.
Over time, we have resorted to borrowing to finance our fiscal gaps. We have been using loans to finance critical development projects and programs aimed at further improving our economic environment and enhance the delivery of public services to our
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, earlier in his opening remarks, commended President Buhari's administration for being consistent in delivering of landmark infrastructure across the country, saying it is important for 2023 budget to prioritize the completion of the ongoing projects. Speaking on how to reverse the increasing trend of deficit in the nation's budget, he lamented the low level of revenue generation, noting that oil theft remains a major challenge.
I strongly feel that we need to take the necessary measures to stop the thieves immediately. Otherwise, our economy will be completely devastated. Also, our efforts to provide the necessary infrastructure and diversification of the economy will both be thwarted. It is time to take drastic and desperate measures against the thieves. Mr. President, the situation becomes more unfortunate if we factor in the budget deficit estimated at 7 trillion naira and the green prospect of its increase to about 11.3 trillion naira as presented in the 2023-2025 medium-term expenditure framework fiscal strategy paper.
Nigerians no longer want to hear about crude oil theft. The question has now become, what are we doing about it? Therefore, we are urging a swift and systemic overhaul of the systems in place to protect the country's oil and gas resources. Evidently, the arrangements in place are no longer adequate. As such, there is an obvious need for improvements to stop the loss of income occasioned by this ongoing sabotage.
The 2023 budget is tagged Budget of Fiscal Sustainability and Transition. Rashidat Yusuf, Viewer Television News, Abuja.